Hey, what's up, people? It's your boy Legend with another division video, and today I got something special for y'all. I've been working hard on this build. I had the idea for about 2 months now, and now that Title Update 6 came out, I got the perfect build for you to destroy all these skill metas out here. And we all know, we all tired of the skills, man. We all tired of the Seekers, the Hives, whatever they can throw out there. I'm sick of it. So I worked hard and went to a lab, came up with a build. Now, picture this. You're immune to all status effects right out the gate. Plus, you have 90%, which is the cap, explosive resistance. And you can still do damage, and you're a tank. It's possible, and I made it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the build. This is it right here. This is my pride and joy at the moment, and I'm running, the new gear set, the specialist, because I like the skill power on it. It helps me out. I can apply status effects as well. I typically don't run this. I usually run the defender drone, just be more of a pest. The defender drone was real nice, and as you can see, I got 3,400 skill power for my defender drone, and almost 3,000 for the seeker. So I am doing damage on that front. On the opposite end, I got my armor up there. My armor's at 410. I rock Bloodsucker because more often than not, I could drop the enemy's armor, and a lot of people run clutch anyway, so you get that extra boost. And I know in PvP it's a little bit differently, but as you can see, I'll let you look at the talent as I go over what stats I have on it. Now I got this 25% total armor roll a long time ago. I'm glad I kept it. 600 skill power, 16,000 armor with 16.5, and those are the mods if you want to take a look. The key mod to have is that very bottom one right there. The explosive resistance of 10%. They were selling it last week. And the DZ vendor, I believe, where you go find, where you go hack the terminals, and then you go to the DZ vendor at the whatever. Sorry about that, but when you go to DZ vendor, I bought like 5 of these because I figured I needed them for my build, and they came through. The only thing I would change out would be, the one right above it, but I like the armor that it gives, and it still gives me 3%. Utility mods, wherever fits your preference. Bloodsucker. I mean, in my mind, this is the perfect chess piece for this build. The only thing I might change out in the future will be Bloodsucker. I might change it out for Berserk if I want more damage. So then we're gonna go to the Hollow Man, which is a crucial or critical part of this build. As you can see, just off this piece, I have 100 at 3% hazard protection, and also got a health roll on there that's pretty decent. It could be better, but it serves its purpose for right now. That helps me be immune to all the status effects out there. So bleed, whatever they can come up with, it doesn't phase me at all. I can run right through it. Fire in the ground, run right through it. Doesn't even phase me. Then the other piece I have was this additional 20% hazard protection on there, but 18.5 total armor, 21 armor roll. This backpack is actually part of most of my builds because it gives you so much armor. With Harden on there already, I could adjust it so I can run on the ropes too. I just lose a little bit of explosive damage resistance. Like, I think I'll go down to like 85% if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 80% if I want to increase some damage. But if I want to, I can have additional 15% damage when both of my skills are on cooldown, which are quite often because I run the Seekers and the defender drone anyway. And then you can look at my mods, and once again, I took off the 10% and put a 3% because I was well above cap. I think when I had everything put on here, I would have like somewhere around 110 or a little bit over 100%, explosive resistance, because that's what I was actually shooting for. I was shooting for a perfect build to where I take no damage but bullet damage. I made a similar build like this in the Division 1 with the final measure before they nerfed it. So right now, grenades, anything they can throw at you, flame turrets, hives, whatever, seekers, does nothing to you. Nothing to you. It's even so strong that you can sit there and tank NPC explosions and it does just less than 10% damage to you. And with all the armor you're rocking on this build, it's barely noticeable. I think it's like 2 little white bar segments. It's insane. It's insane how it's set up. The extra explosive resistance on this one, you know, I have LMG damage because I rock LMGs on this build. Hazard protection, it's a little bit overkill. I'd rather have health on there, but for right now, these are the best ones. And again, another explosive resistant mod on there, just to keep my explosive resistance way above than where it's supposed to be. I run in these right here, and the reason being is because it gives you 2 more blues. I can put 20% explosive resistance as patient, so I can sit in cover. And you know, people throw their grenades and all that stuff at you while you're in cover anyway. While they're doing that, I'm gaining some more armor, so it makes me a little bit more tankier. And I got 8% crit chance. This is not really a crit build. You can make it one if you want to, but you can be sacrificing the whole point of this build, and that's to be a tank, to be invincible out there against all this other stuff, and to face tank a lot of players. And you can, to a certain extent, till they start figuring out that, oh, we can't kill you with this, so we gotta, you know, all focus you at the same time. There's actually a stream that I had. I think I posted it either yesterday or the day before, where I was running this build primarily, and you can actually see what happens. You know, I went down a couple of times. I was getting shot either 2 or 3 at a time, but all in all, you can see how this build reacts to NPCs. You can see how this build reacts to other players, especially if they all use the skills, and I will be posting more videos about it in the future. I got another Negotiator's Dilemma, and that's just for the, you know, the explosive resistance. I could be petty, you know, I could be, you know, a jackass and put blowback on there, and when it deplete my armor, I could sit there and launch a grenade at them too. I could do that, but would I do that? No, I figure it's too cheesy. But hey, that's something for another player to decide. But only bad thing is, if somebody run this against me, it does nothing to me. That little grenade that they shoot out their chest or wherever the hell it comes from does absolutely nothing to you. And on the same note, this is an anti-noob tube Negotiator Dilemma build. Because when you drop their armor and they shoot that little grenade at you, it does nothing. You barely get a stagger, and then you can get right back up and kill them while they're trying to heal up or whatever and try to get some cheap kills. Like I said, this build is the anti-skill meta build, and it does a nice portion of damage. As you can see, I got the Black Friday on here. It does 24 plus the 15 damage out of cover. It's perfectly unhinged on there. 20% ammo capacity, magazine capacity. Give me more bullets, so it's set by 120. And then transmission, I guess if someone want to apply shock to you, they can, but it doesn't really matter. You can actually change that out for something better, like protective reload or something. But that's what I have on the Black Friday for right now. But I run the Pestilence mainly because on this build, your job is to take out hives, take out skills, be, you know, the dummy for all their skills. Absorb it all because you can, and it won't affect you. Meanwhile, your team is doing damage, right? So if you go out there with the Pestilence, you stop them from healing, and then that cloud of smoke could come up too. And if you're in the ODZ, you won't go down. You just instantly die. It's perfect for this build. That's why I run both LMGs. And once again, you get the 15% damage on top of that. Now, another way you can run this build is with the what's that gear set? Give me a second. Give me a second, guys. I'm thinking. It's a specialist. It does fairly decent, I guess, in PvE. And what I'm talking about is this one right here. If you use this signature weapon, the Demolitionist, finally got it out. Don't knock me too hard for it. But if you use the Demolitionist, you can ignore explosive damage. That gives you a little bit more tankiness. I mean, it's a bit overkill, to be honest, because you don't need it. But in PvE situations, it can come in handy because NPCs do a ridiculous amount of damage as is. And with both of these things going at the same time, you can last a hell of a lot longer. Well, that's pretty much the build as you guys can see it right here. And I'll go over the stats right quick and what I got on there. I love it, man. It does just enough for me. 30% reload speed is all great. It protects you. You still do a good amount of damage, so you can drop the opponents, or rogue agents, or whatever the hell you want to call them, noobs, whatever. You can drop the bots pretty much with this build. And when I get down to the defensive stats on this one, look at that, 131% hazard protection. That's something that you can definitely improve on if you want to, is to get rid of some hazard protection, because after 100% I think it's a bit overkill anyway, because as you can see, everything caps out. This one, the reason I had those 3% damage resistant mods on there, because I'm already at 89.31, you know what I mean? So the cap is 90%. You can't go no higher. So by being right there, what's the difference? The difference is I can get more armor. So that's why I went the route I did. Look at that. Bleed resistance, blind, burn, confuse, disrupt, shock, poison, ensnare, all that stuff. All of it does nothing to you. You are invincible, and I recommend this build. It's going to be kind of difficult getting the explosive resistance. As of right now, they are selling an 8% explosive resistant mod, and it can get you close to the cap, if not to it, if you build it the right way. But that's it, man. That is it. This is the build. Defensive mini mods across the board, because those in my mind are the best blue mods in the game, because you get the armor protection, you get the armor, and you get the resistance. It's a win-win across the board. But that's it. Thank you for looking at another Division video. I will be running this build majority of the time when I'm in the DZ, because I'm tired of the skill meta, man. I like skills, I appreciate them, but hey, with this build, you gotta come harder than that. Alright, Legend out. Peace out. Hit the like, subscribe, and I got some more builds for you on the way. I think I'm working on 6 more. Until next time, guys. Later.